Hey, what's up? Got our first person in. I'm just trying to post it onto my social media. Hey, Jerry. So, we're gonna continue spriting our um, museum art floor. It's been a while, but I'm back with the milk. We 1 week I got sick, and then the other week I just was just busy with life. I didn't have the energy to do it. I think it was weird. I had this lingering tiredness for the longest time. Um, like even before I got sick. Like if I went for like a run or something, or if I did any working out, I was tired by 9, and I was like ready to go to bed by 10:30. But I was up till like 3 a.m. playing games last night, and I got up for work on Friday. Um, in fact, I got up like at 5 before going back to sleep till 7 because my girlfriend's got to go to her job really early. But what's up, Barney? Uh, what's up, player? I don't know what you're saying. Did you implement the animation you cranked out last time? No, no, that we gotta do that today. The only thing I've done is rework these tiles again. I simplified them because they were too busy, and I upped the contrast on the darker one, and I removed the overlap, so they're straight. So they look more like tile now than wood, but I think that's fine. They just didn't. They were too busy, and it didn't gel with like the majority of Hotline tiles, which have like only 3 variations max. You see here. Um, So I did that on a whim, and I didn't feel like streaming it because I felt like it would be boring, and I just wanted to do that one little thing. But we're doing sprites this time, so let's get that. The grind never stops. The most horrifying thing is even once I finish Human Being, I have so many other ideas I want to implement, and I'm gonna feel guilty if I don't do them. But should have opened up this already. So I think this is the one we were using. Yeah, this is definitely it. Okay, so that's a very small amount. I think I want to do the shatterable paintings first. What are you doing? Go away. And then lighting fixtures on that. And then let's do the Greek statues first. I'm gonna work on the Greek statues. What else do we need? So we got that. Because like it's supposed to not have too much going on because we're gonna have a bunch of paintings here, and all of these. Like I feel like I might just keep these the way they are. Maybe have more, and then these are gonna be um done a little bit better. I think maybe we can find something bigger. Do I have any animation work? The problem is I want to do all the cutscenes at one time, which might be stupid. Um, I'm glad I didn't because I've changed so much in my head, like cutscene wise, over the years, whereas like the levels stayed the same. But doing all those cutscenes all at the end is gonna be tough. Okay, well, I feel like I need to. There's more sprites that need to be done, but we have a good list. Oh yeah, updated benches. Updated benches. Can't say I've spent my first free week wisely. It's easy. Every time I had like a month long break from school, like for Christmas and stuff, I'd be like, all right, time to just lock in. And I just wouldn't. I would just not. Like I would do some stuff, but it wasn't as locked in as I wouldn't. And I'd end up play a bunch of games or something. And part of it's just decompressing from the semester, but could have done better. What was I doing? I Oh yeah, here. I wanted to. So I took some screenshots from the museum in John Wick, which I thought looked pretty cool. Um, I like the lines of statues. I don't think this neon light was gonna work for ours. Um, and I also like these. I wondered if we could like maybe do something like that. They had the more divided walls. Um, 'Cause the problem is their patrols, but I don't think his patrols matter too much. He can just kind of do that. Cause you see how it's like that. I don't know if that fits the room. My initial idea was that was like something similar like to this, so the Greek statues are here and here. Um, or even maybe just in the center. I could line them here and here, keep the flow the way I wanted. Keep doing cutscenes less because you have finalized design of the areas you're setting. Yeah, initial like my old stuff, a lot of like it was like you did the level and then you did the first and last cutscene. Like on all my old stuff, that's how I did it. So you had the whole thing all at once, instead of all the cutscenes at the end. But like when I was making levels early on with Human Being, just didn't have like the script ready in the spot that I wanted to, and I wanted to work on levels, the combat wise. I just felt like it, and then that kind of like froze into a hard rule that I'm gonna do all the levels before the cutscenes, which I think is good. I think other than the fact that it's gonna be annoying, I think it's good. I'll have everything finalized. So yeah, yeah. I don't know if we're gonna be able to change anything to have these dividers here, but I mean it's kind of the same as having like like this. Could do it for this room, but it would screw some stuff up. All right, I think no more changes to the level design. But I just thought this looked cool. It's like the final shootout from that second John Wick movie. Um, and it's, layout wise, it's pretty like bare, like blank walls with, and this is how a museum is. All right, and I'll think about the colored walls when we get to that. Wondering, what if we just like the only reason I have that there is because I have that here. I think I'm gonna keep it. I've also been debating like this hallway, because this hallway is supposed to lead to the space. It's supposed to be like an explanation, but maybe I can seal that off. So it forces the player to go. Or we even do that. Literally, I can just change his patrol to do that. He'll basically stick in the same way. Remove that penis statue from there. Put her there. Put hammer here. Well, this room's gonna change a good bit. Like, yeah. Part of me thinks I only did that was to so this floor wasn't just squares. Actually, okay, catch up on chat now. Kind of just end up wasting days due to playing stuff. Like, it's easy because video games are relaxing to me. Um, and like if my brain wants rest, like meanwhile this, and I don't know if it's like I think what it is it's a much more work than it used to be because if you look back at my older stuff, I would just do it and like not worry exactly how much it looks or like if something didn't look perfect, it'd be like, well, it's the editor, I can't do it. Oh, I like it's good enough. And now I know how to get over these hurdles. So I have to put in the work to do that because I know how to get over these limitations, but it's not simple to do that. um yeah, it definitely breaks my rule of wanting so something like that. Put him right there. Ow. Definitely, I could just change around how these tiles are so it matches up with this better. Because that is accurate. That is more accurate to like what we'd have, what you would have. So it'd be like, because this is like how an art museum is very commonly laid out, where you have the I don't know what you would call this, but they're divided so you have like more wall space so they can fit more pictures. Faces the space text 180 degrees from intro to hallway. Bad feng shui. Yeah, it is. So it is funny that like if you go. Yeah, so like I was thinking this. I don't know why I have these here. Something like that. Do that. I don't know. This one's too big. We'll probably address these. I don't know. What do you think about the joke editor art? It's called editor art, I think. Editor modern art. So we got a penis, a jacket, a penis, hammer, a naked lady, Pardo, and a naked man. And it's like just there as like an Easter egg if you paid closer attention. I think the hammer and Pardo one, at least the hammer one, is definitely too much on the nose. Whereas the others, I think, are fine. So do like Pardo here, because Pardo is like a generic enough outfit that you could overlook it, and I think it plays part of Hammer sees Pardo in a lot of things. That's a little story snippet for you. Pardo is on Hammer's mind a lot. Okay, I'm not gonna change the tiles just yet, in case I hate this. The last one is VIP guard, also possible. They memorialized him for his martyrdom. Oh my goodness. So rusty at this game. You know what I've been playing a bunch lately? Is Watch Dogs, the first one. And that is it's very funny because it was like I distinctly remember being around over 10 years ago when that game like shit the bed when it relaunched. And the big sin it released, other than the big sin was lying about like what it looked like at the E3 trailer. But it also released. Oh, that's another off-screen opportunity. I think. Why is there two doors there? Did I do that? It released like the year after GTA or something like that, GTA 5, and it's just like people compared the two, and it's not going to stand up to GTA. And I think more people understand that now. Like is like, okay, and you know they launched at the same price, so they can be compared, right? They were both $60, so it's still on them. But it's like it was never going to stand up to GTA in that it just wasn't budgeted the same way, and they don't have the same like level of engineers. But if you like interface with it on its level and just kind of enjoy it, it's fun to hack stuff. Like have that thing bop up. I like this second one better. I played that one a while ago because you could like move the cars with your phone. Yeah, why is there two? Did I have this? Am I going crazy? I must have because there's edges there. I'm thinking of closing one of these. Maybe not. Whatever. Holy moly, new stream. Yes, finally. Finally. I let the ball drop a little bit at the back half. I got real sick, and then I just had fatigue that I couldn't shake. I think something happened, whereas like I was like what happened was the week. So my girlfriend works this weird schedule where one week she works 5 days a week, and then the other week, but it's like 12-hour shifts, so it's like a shitload of hours, and then the next week she only works 2 days of those 12 hours. So she works like what 5 times 12 60 she works 60 hours 24 hours on alternating weeks, and so on the week that she works a ton, and she goes to bed like at 8 8 p.m. I don't really hang out with her those days, and so I have like time to work on this by myself and just like I get off of work and I can work on this instead of hanging out with her. Um, and that the end of last 2 weeks of January, that the week that was supposed to be like the big one that I have a lot of free time, I got super sick, and then that second one, I only have like 1 day of free time, and something, I don't remember, something came up. Could just be laziness. And then last week, her and I were together. First week of February now. This week, finally doing it. Finally doing it. Okay. I'm a little shaky on this, but I think I'll like it more once I do the tiles. No, don't show the grid. Do the wall. It's such a bad thing to be re-edit tiling though, or redoing the edges. Yeah. So that's my excuses. Obviously, if I was more locked in. I'm a big cheapskate, and when I bought my new CPU, I got 6 free months of Ubisoft's like version of Game Pass, and I'm like, oh, cool. For free, I can like crack through all these Ubisoft games I've been wanting to play through. Mostly because I think the settings are interesting, and I'll go into more about that. But um, really, I'm saving like $100 maybe for six. Like if I play every game that I'm wanting to play, if I buy them, like if they're on discount. So really, I should just give up this goal, but I'm not. I'm getting through Watch Dogs, getting through Valhalla, which I like Valhalla a lot too. Um, you just gotta appreciate Ubisoft games for what they're good at. Neither Watch Dogs nor Valhalla's writing is that terrible. I tried Far Cry 6 and the writing just made me want to stab myself in the ears. Far Cry 6's writing is atrocious. So I gave up on that one. I might go back to it with like podcasts and the dialogue turned off because I think Cuba's cool, but you know, it's kind of at the bottom of the list. Oh shit. That sucks. Why is it on the edge layer? That's so stupid. How much did I lose? Nothing. Okay, cool. I hit that save button pretty frequently now. So okay, so gotta remember the reason edges aren't there is because I'm gonna make that mistake again on this stream. I know I'm gonna do it. Okay, flip a coin if you're gonna lose it. Well, gonna close it. How would you feel when Parsona does that hotline video? Is he doing a hotline video? My gripe with Watch Dogs 1 is game presenting you as the streetwise hackerman, but then they let you carry your entire arsenal, give you the same amount of XP or stealth takedowns. Uh, I mean that's just them imitating GTA. And as for the XP, it's Ubisoft. Oh, every Ubisoft of the game is the same in that they want you to be both. They want you to be able to play loud or quiet. Um, so they kind of have to give you the same amount of XP. Otherwise, one play style will be way over leveled compared to the other. Um, I think it's fun to play as like aggressive stealth with just the suppressed 1911. I try not to overdo it with all the big weapons. Um, in its day, people were like, I am so sick of these edgy boy protagonists. It doesn't hold up to the open world games like GTA 5. Like, it had all these problems. But now that 10 years have gone by and video games from the AAA industry have gotten shit, playing it, I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is pretty neat. I think it's fun. It's fun to just dunk on all these dumbass AI. The save button gets me stressed when it takes a long ass time to save. You gotta cross your fingers so it wasn't a crash. Ooh. Someone needs to upgrade their system. Hi, Samuel. I hate Ubisoft's launcher so much, or that any launcher for it. Ubisoft's launcher is not great. If I go like a week without playing, I have to like pull up the password. And I once got like that one of those like two-factor notification warnings that someone was trying to steal my Ubisoft account and take like all 5 games I have on it. And so like it's not my normal password, it's something way more complex. Which my normal password's actually complex too, but I have like muscle memory in typing it. OB, I guess you meant Rob. Do you think they could have used Hammer as a playable candidate? I like the idea of him just being like the editor sandbox guy, and it's like they're like make your story with him, and everyone is like everyone just retextured him but me, because when I started this series, I didn't know how to sprite. Like after 2016, I don't think anyone did anything with Hammer. They just reskinned him so he could have like the whole thing. It was smart also to save sprite work time because Dennis didn't want to give everybody access to every enemy because of all the execution and extras. Which he did because he was tired. And these are different colors because I think I'm gonna make this cool and spacey. That'll like be the teaser for Into Space. My other idea was to just shorten it like a ton. I don't even know if this is necessary. If we could just make that art. And we put it like put Journey into Space here maybe. This floor is gonna get pretty redone though. Okay. We're doing Spriting mostly. So let's move these over here. So what do we want to do first? We have the pig dinner and the editor table. So one. Really don't need to do it on have two. I think so I we were talking about making them destructible, which is why they needed to be one frame like this. Um, but I think I'm reneging on that because I don't like it's just not ideal. The problem if you give it the window behavior, it has like this weird glitchy shine on the side, and if you give it the mirror behavior, when it breaks, it just looks like crap. So we're gonna save that for the wrong editor, to flex on this. It's okay, Danny can have that W. So we are going. Let me remove editor table. Pick dinner table. And that's also why those other things are sitting over it. So do something like boop, 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 boop. So they should probably be bigger than your average Hotline Sprite. And how many do we need? We need 1, 2, 3 unique ones at a minimum, and then we can have like 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe smaller ones here. Something like. Maybe get rid of this wall and give it a behavior that they can't shoot over. because the player will kind of know that by then. Remember, remember Yassarian once told me that one of the issues he had with Berlin Blitz was that he couldn't tell which pieces of custom um, like sprites were cover and which were not. And it's like I'm not really sure. I've never really figured out how to address that. Other than hoping context clues that if you could look at it and you could tell what it is, hopefully you know that it goes over. And try not to have the inconsistency be that bad. Like if you could shoot over something, it should be a table or a couch, something that's waist high, and something that's chest high or and taller should be blocking bullets. But you know, Hotline's about experimentation, so sometimes you have to learn the hard way. So you're not doing destructible art pieces. I think I'm gonna leave the paintings, but not the statues, because the way they shatter is going to bother me because it's not going to shatter into white piece chunks like I could do in the wrong editor. So I'm going to get killed now because he's not the right behavior next time I play test. But we'll figure that out. We figured that out. Maybe the hotline was the friends we made along the way. For me, it was. I mean, I love the base campaign, but I it would not have been nearly as influential to me if it wasn't for the editor. Probably don't want something too complex because hey Jerry, if you're still listening, can you send me the buff guy sprite? Like the generic buff. I probably have it somewhere. Hmm. I don't know if I've revealed the I don't know if I've revealed the police buffs. So what do we think, chat? Rob, if you could change your main plot point in the main campaign, what would I change? I'd go into Pardo and the son's relationship a bit more. I feel like that's kind of a loose end that they never really tied up, and there's plenty of speculation you can do. But like this is too complex to show top down. Something like this. Oh, yeah, that one's iconic. That's a little complex. Oh, we could do the thinker. Could do the thinker. That would be funny. This chap. So I would also to address questionable, I would add a shot of Miami Mule getting nuked so we know that even if Ace the Techno he would add a shot of the Miami Mutilator getting nuked so that we can know that even if Ace Detective Manny Pardo didn't get him, Fate got him. You know what's funny is Brock did a Buddha statue, and I just like years ago, like 2017, and I just saved it. And now that I think of it, that might actually be some of the very early sprites he did for Miami Horror, because a lot of Miami Horror level concepts we were like thrown around, and then he would like just like come out with a couple sprites for it on the fly. Thank you, Jerry. Which one do we want to do first? This is an annoying angle. Hold on, I am readjusting it, so I'm gonna have the chat on a different window so I can read y'all better. I haven't caught a stream since XCOM. Oh, and a bit of the Kremlin. Oh, that's so long ago. How you doing, Soda Fizz? Good to see you. What's your favorite character from the main story, lore-wise and Pardo? Pardo. Just great levels, good feeling character. Um, the fans were the coolest concept to me, but the Dennis and Jonathan were very like insistent that the fans' message was fuck you, fans, fuck Jacket's not cool. Okay, let's see here. First, I'm gonna make him marble. Like I was disappointed with what happened to the fans. My first playthrough, like my first gut instinct, being like, oh. I thought of removing this, but like that's a shoulder muscle. Yeah, something like the collar needs to go. But the rest of the tank top's outline is fine. Jacket's not cool, then why is he in Payday 3? Good question. This is gonna be annoying. Extending it out, it's gonna make his like the small of his back here, or the spine, into a butt crack. Definitely makes it a butt, but he does have a butt. Yeah, this one might get scrapped quickly because it's such an awkward angle from the top. Never liked the Sun gameplay-wise. Me neither. I really think the long executions are annoying. That's why I like Pardo, is he's got the fast executions and he's got the fun gun stuff. Give me your head. Like, this booty is like, make me go crazy. Gotta get rid of that. It's also on his knees. It's gonna be like. Just slap some back muscle definition on there and it will be fine. I don't know. This might be a lost cause. I relearn this lesson every time I try to Sprite, is that not everything translates to top-down sprites. Plus, we're losing the benefit of color context. I can give it a shot. Yeah, if you want to take a shot at this, Jerry, knock yourself out. Um, what was your least favorite character? Honestly, probably the son. I love his ending. His ending's great, and he's like a fun design, but like his levels aren't bangers. Like all of them have problem. All of his levels have massive problems. Um, and it's just like I get the point, but it was just like it was such a weird experience. The way that the story is just so weird, strangely paced in Hotline 2. So it with it ending as this totally new guy, and you're like, what the hell? Who the hell is this? And then the payoff is cool. The payoff is cool, but like Blood Money is too big. Seizure is weird. You got plant enemies, you got bad visibility with like a bunch of idols in small rooms. Um, it's cool visually. Um, like see, so that was Seizure. What else? What else is there? He's at least one more. Takeover. Takeover's not. I do not like that level. Do not like Takeover. And it was like right off like that really strong bit with Richter. And you're like, all right, let's get back to like the guys you introduced me to, like the fans. What's going on with the fans? I guess they're dead. Like, I don't know. It wasn't. It was awesome the way it ended, but it wasn't in the moment good. It was definitely the whole whole of Hotline Miami 2 was something you had to savor. Like your first bite of it is terrible. You're like, what the fuck? And if you mull it some more, it sticks with you a lot harder. Whereas, and the first game's kind of like that too, because it can really slap you in the ass when you're first starting. We're still getting Hotline Miami analysis vids and explain vids. This is how we understand. Yeah, that's true. What's the level? I liked Apocalypse. I liked the whole ending, but like intentionally so, the pacing of Hotline 2 is like fucked. You're like, where is this story going, man? And it's not telling a story in the traditional way. It's trying to tell a story via the feelings that you have. The second floor of Takeover Stair. I really don't like that floor. Like, I think it's the final floor. I don't like the first floor is fine. The second floor where you have like hallway, I really don't like. I've never been able to keep my combo through it. And then the last floor is pretty meh too. They're just big and they're not that dynamic feeling. I wonder what those two thugs in Seizure were doing. They're guarding the makeup. Another complex thing. I mean, I guess that's why it's great art, right? And it's great is because it's like a very complex position that he's standing in. Yeah, 'cause I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do with this. I'm very bad with bodies. That's why I give Jerry all the work. And also for context, we're trying to do this. I think the whole point of these poses is that they have an amazing understanding of human anatomy, which I don't. Blood Money Son. Blood Money Son, he has like no he doesn't have any abilities, right? Yeah, the music goes hard. The Sun's music's or the Sun's songs are all really good. I like it. Like I don't want to shit on Hotline Miami 2 too much, but you're asking me for like for my least favorite. Just not the biggest Sun enjoyer. Mostly because his levels feel a little slower. I do really like the revolver. I guess Richter also gets the revolver, but the big thing is his abilities being not like you can tell it was like the final thing they worked on that they wanted to include the Sun. They wanted him, but they didn't want to put all the effort into making new playstyles. I think if he had his own playstyles, that might have made him a bit better. Um, but because like I see why they wanted to include him. The ending of Hotline 2 with Apocalypse is great, and like the reveal of like him falling and like showing what happened to the fans. It's awesome. I love it. There we go. Dealing with all these grays on the background was giving me some issues. supposed to be like his heel. How do you feel about Hotline Miami 2 turning 10 years old soon? I do not like that. I feel so old. So old! Ugh, why did life take so long? Or why did life go so fast? How did that go so long ago? When I say why did life take so long, it's like why is this taking so long? Why is this taking so long? It's because I'm a perfectionist that's trying to do literal Greek like masterwork art recreations in a 2-bit uh in a 2-bit format or pixel art format. Let's get that white in there because it's not. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that Dennis might do some Hotline 2 10-year anniversary stuff like he did in 2022 for the second game. What this his hand is butchered now. Yeah, Hotline turning 10 years old is crazy. Where did our lives go? Like I'm in a pretty good spot right now. I really can't complain. Um, One of these days it'll be 20 years old if we did it vertically. Yeah, we recreated the sprite, the same shitty issues from earlier. Here we go. Get a little bit long. Bit. Let's do that. I'm not doing his head angle properly. I don't want to. That wasn't what I wanted to fix initially. I wanted to make his arm. I haven't honestly contributed in a while, but I'm still on the team. They haven't kicked me out of the Discord yet, but I need to get onto that. Just anytime I have the energy to work on Hotline projects, I do this because they're in a weird state right now. He's trying to work on mostly Andy stealth, and we're not doing it. There is stuff I can work on for that. I'm just. What's the difference? Gets this by 1 pixel. Uh, I think I like this one better. Like the issue is his chest is supposed to be turned more. And his head's supposed to be going this way, but diagonals aren't awesome in pixel art. Behold the horrors. It didn't even do that bad of a job. I'm not even gonna have a. He's got like hair. I think I entered this with hubris, trying to imitate the great classical artists of our time in sprite form. But I don't despise it. It's a little odd. What do you think? Getting back into the Hotline Miami 2 editor, have the tiles always been this janky? They're off by a pixel and starting me nuts. Yeah, they suck. They're awful. Now watch this fall. We don't have to make the background white though. Oh, it doesn't even fit. Okay. What if we made it brown? Is that? Do I use these tiles? Where are these tiles? These tiles. These. Let's see if it's the same color. I probably selected the wrong thing. That top color. But I'm glad you're getting back into Hotline Miami 2. I need to be trying my own hand at personal work. Okay, that's not dark enough. Darker, darker, darker. Wish I could find a way to express eyeballs in a not stupid fashion. But at a diagonal angle, it's just not happening. Do I want that or do I want that? Keep that. Might be a skill issue on your part, but typically physically placing them also is a pain unless you use the better Hotline Miami editor. I mean, I just have like experience. It's like coming off of Danny's editor where you can like move things and like lock it to the grid and stuff. It is hard, but eventually you get better at it. And I think once I get to some of the more complex stuff I've planned for here, I'll get to flex my precision aiming abilities here for placing items. But like there will be times that I am like 2 inches away from my monitor, being like, "Oy, oy, 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 oy." Look at the fact that the little sticker isn't lined up for all of them. Okay, so I was just checking this because I want to see what the background. It's gonna go on. It's gonna go on the red. This brown might not look too Gucci. So watch this trick. So you don't have to like go through the whole. No, not that. Hey, you're finally back. You're finally awake. All right, what's this dude look like? Versus white. Do like a dark. I could do like a gray. I don't hate this. As opposed to that. Or even that. That black seems to be good. We could do something like black and gold. Maybe. I do like the black. How have I been? I've been pretty good. I got sick. That's part of why I'm absent. And why'd I do that? That's my big reason while I'm absent. The other reason is I'm not as productive of a human being as I'd like to be after work. I don't like doing complex shadows, but that does give it a bit of extra height, doesn't it? I thought of doing a lighting fixture, but I think that would be better served on another sprite. Just a little bit of detail, like to keep it from being flat. Next one we're gonna do is it's gonna be a less simpler, way simpler. Hey Rob, I have a question. What's your opinion on each main character? Oh my goodness, each. Uh, let's do. Martin is a fun play style, and I like him being like a representative of people who just wanted to be a psycho killer in the first Hotline. And I like the way he dies. I like him pulling the dude's head out of the SWAT boss. Um, not a minor character, but a fun way to start. Very cool way to start to show that like this isn't like Hotline 1. The Pardo, S tier, best, love him. Jake, I love his play styles. I love the ninja swinging the nunchucks is the funniest thing in the world. Um, and the nail gun's good too. Hard news is decent. Hard news is decent. It's one of the first like, oh shit, what the fuck is this kind of moments in the game when you have like just huge floors already. Evan, beautiful baby boy. Uh, I love his play style. Other than the pipe glitch that sometimes you can't pick up pipes as easy as the others, and the fact he won't use knives. I feel like he could, like, I don't know. I feel like he'd do that. That hits. Haven't touched Hotline Miami in a long time. Yeah. Yeah. At least you don't have outstanding promises to the community. And that's what haunts me. That's what haunts my dreams. My most restless dreams. I see that campaign. Okay. I don't know if Jerry's still here, but if I think there's a jacked woman. Not that you need a jacked woman for this. We could just get Jackie May's character sprite and blow it up a bit. Oops, what'd I do? Okay, so Jerry just sent me his. That's not what I want. Open a browser. Jerry just sent me his attempt at it. He added a lot more detail than I did. Made the eyes white. His feet. It's still hard to communicate what that is, but one, he doesn't have the dumb back booty that I do, so that's good. How do I shave off a toe? Make his feet, just to make his feet smaller. And then I'm just doing this. No, not doing that. Doing that just so you can see his fist a bit easier. Oops. Just so you can see it on his chin. So whatever this was supposed to represent, it's probably a leg or something. I do like it way better though, so that is a good job. Thank you, Jared. Bro thinks he's the thinker. Sweet. The Mao he poopin'. Have I played the One Shot series yet? Is that Hotline Miami? No. I guess that there's your answer. I don't even know what it is. But I have not. I need to go back. Even if that isn't Hotline Miami, I do need to go back and play Hotline Miami. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna save this just in case I change my mind, but that looks better. I'm wondering if we should put his chair, Mr. Thinker's stool, but get like a bronze. Might give a bit of context that he's sitting, right? All right, just a simple one this time. We'll do the lady next. Yeah. Yes, it's a series of workshop campaigns. Are they good or are they broken English? Because unfortunately, the only people really making stuff now are the Russians, and their campaigns never translate well to English, at least narrative-wise. Kind of like this blank face. It's like pointing. Or give him a sword. Where's my big sword? There it is. They're fine for what they are. Their face sprites are just off. Yeah, I mean that's a whole skill in its own to get the Hotline like face sprite aesthetic down. You can definitely, and I kind of like that not everyone's is identical to Dennis's. I like that people have, but you can see people's like face sprite styles in their campaigns. You can see like I can like when I see like a Dappy face sprite versus like a Jaden face sprite. Like even though Jaden puts a huge amount of effort into making it as accurate, you could still tell it's a Jaden face sprite. Okay, so he's holding it. So how would it be? It'd be just kind of like do that. What if he had? Hi, I didn't pay attention to anything related to HM2 in its workshop for a while now. Has the stuff declined? Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. It's kind of oh, this is a good one. That's kind of why I started streaming again, is so I can build some hype back up for this, for my campaign. Okay, does that fit on a square though? Indeed it does. What is this? This is a dev stream for a campaign about beans that is now far too ambitious for its own good. So I was thinking do woman and then damaged statue. And then look at this one. Holding the head of someone else. That goes hard. That was supposed to be like damaged. I think we're gonna keep that. Do these look good though? I feel like the weapons make it not as Greek, to be honest. Like compared to this. Like something about having weapons. Like I know the one I showed you had a weapon, but a lot don't. Hey Rob, do you have any tips for mastering the art of Hotline Miami's pixel art style for sprites? Um, to get the style down, uh, a good way to do that is to just take his sprites, take like the Hotline Miami 2 sprites, and build on top of those. Whereas when you start from scratch, it's a lot easier to immediately deviate. Whereas like if you have the base, like if you watch me stream, you might, and it's because I have a really good memory of all of these sprites, but almost every time you watch me start a new sprite, I'm building it off of something else. And part of that is because that's faster, but I think it helps keep the sprite style in line. Other than that, just be aware of your shades. You don't want to over shade. You don't want to pillow shade. Like look at how Dennis shades. He uses like one darker color, and he has a lot of contrast. Don't have like minuscule contrast, and by that I mean like the jump between this and this is big, because that helps it stand out in the actual game better. When you're making sprites, I need to get some water soon here. When you're making sprites, um, like in while you're in this view, it's easy to be like, oh, it needs more detail, it needs more detail. But then in the game, it looks too busy, and you need to um like ease off of the detail a good deal. Um, Yeah, I just think that sword doesn't look Greek enough. But I'm gonna keep it. It might not get placed. Might as well just keep it. But that's why I built off of the pointer. Give him a pillar to stand near. They did, but the statues typically they're unarmed. I don't know why that bothers me. I could try. I could make it a spear. That's not even like we're not in Greece. Oh, what am I doing? It's got to be white. What's wrong with this? Yeah, that is better than the sword. Kinds of looking Greek. So you're getting added to the team. Welcome aboard. So you know what? I think I'm gonna take um the swan. Blow that not that one. That's a walking. It's mid walk. That's the idle one. Let's see here. What's 38 times 2? 76. Not that it matters because they're linked. Oh! Why is it so puffy? What setting do I have that's screwed with that? Keep aspect. Why is it being that bad? It's such a simple spread. I could just come here for scale. Didn't you ask me that already? I don't know if I got through it all. I guess that's what you're already asking me. Who do we have left? Fans are cool. I covered. I was like kind of like going in my head in the game's order. Soldier is good, but uh, the problem with the soldier is that you don't get all your ammo back. I think that's the most annoying thing because it basically obliterates the heavy machine gun playstyle because there's no reason to use it. Um, and the assault rifle, the sniper rifle, like there's just there's just issues with it that bother me. The sniper rifle not going through enemies is crazy. Um, the fact that you have to swap to the knife and then melee as opposed to just hitting the button to melee, like it could have been handled better. My development process for the campaign, you're making space, scripting out the whole story first, then mixing, drawing the characters on paper, spriting, and making the levels. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have the idea first. But I think it's good to not focus on getting like something perfect before you start, like in terms of a plan, because it's easy to grow this big ambitious plan out. And I wouldn't be spriting all the characters initially. The big thing is you need to get the levels made. Because I would see constant projects for people that have all these intricate sprites planned, and then when it came to levels, they just couldn't deal with the editor. How would you react if Dead Meat made a kill count on the Hotline Miami games? That would be funny. Um, that would be funny. Just because of how many people he'd have to count. I mean, it would be possible. I could honestly do like a parody of that. Should add that to the list of video ideas. It's how many people do you kill in Hotline Miami? I feel like that exists already. I feel like that exists already. Okay, lady. Give me your boobs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Oh, these are gonna be way too big. Yeah, go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead, send that to me. Trying to take her head. It's twice the size of the buff head. Yeah, honestly, they can have a pirate that's not straight on the center. Let's see what Jerry's got for me. I don't know if I can show this on YouTube. Okay. Those are good though. Good job, Jerry. Got me a little horny. Yeah, the Hotline Miami wiki has a kill count for each character. Amazing. Yeah, also, if this is going to be your last campaign for HM2, Do you have plans on doing anything with 100's editor once it becomes public? Um, I have ideas. I don't have any commitments, no promises, but I would like to do some stuff with it because it's cool. But these things just take so much time that it's just you're really in the dead meat, Bernie. I do like the idea of doing a kill count. That's got to exist. I almost feel like I've seen one. Hotline Miami kill count, yeah. Hotline Miami all kills from a channel called the Kill Count with a K. Here's another one from 4 years ago. There's two from 4 years ago. Oh wow, he's like edited his entire playthrough. Amazing. Can someone do a mod for Tony where he attacks with his jiggly things on his chest? Yeah, go for it. Po pokes him in the eye. I don't know what I'm doing with her arms. I feel like they need to be 1 pixel smaller. Editing a long play of HMT is fun. Yet a blast video. Yeah, that is cool. I did it too, and then I screwed it up. I remember screwing it up. And then you're like, all right, well, Rob's not gonna do it. I'll do it. Oh, this is convenient. Here's a famous Greek female statue without any arms. I don't have to spread arms. Whoa. Their hair slightly different. Some of these don't look real. What's Armless's hair do? It's like Princess Leia buns almost. I'm gonna try to imitate that hair in a separate one. So it'd be like that, then I don't know why I'm doing it in her original colors, because they gotta be changed. Hmm. These need to be black. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, no, we had a good thing going. Now, do I give it? This guy over here is planning a what brigade campaign? Well, feel free to use the Berlin Blitz sprites. They're a little old, but you can definitely build stuff off of them if you're doing World War II campaigns. Doing the Polish invasion's a little edgy, but you know. I didn't give this guy shadows. I didn't give this guy this part. When you come back, these bases might be white, by the way. Just a warning. So I'm not entirely sure if I like the black. Like, it just doesn't feel right. Works here. My campaign is based off the Cuban 1994 riots and drug trade, while like 4 levels in the Cuban intervention. Damn, you guys are cutting deep into that niche history. You guys are cutting deep into that niche history. How many did I say? 6? I think I said 3, but then my mental changed to 6. I thought of doing like a Valkyrie. The Google image reference photos are like AI slop on a Google Valkyrie. I guess this is a favorite of Gooner's. Her statue is small. We could make a smaller base for it. Fit it somewhere. So I'm thinking maybe we remove some of the detail just so it lines up with the rest. The Statue of Liberty. Not here. Not here. Also, I really hate that every time you open an image on Google Images, it adds that as like an incrementation forward. So like if you want to go back to the previous thing that you Google image search, you have to spam back. Yeah, hers might be the smaller one here. Bleh. What is it called? Mall basketballs. Yeah, because if I put the whole this guy, I mean, it would probably be fine. But let's just add it to the list. Slash mall basketball. It's 1, 2. Oh, okay, hold on. I got distracted. Sorry. Okay, so that. Do you ever do level ratings? Uh, like, do I hit like or on like the Steam workshop? What? Oh, Binding of Isaac Hotline Miami. Oh, this is like directly ported the sprites. Oh, this looks bad. This looks bad. And it's Russian. Russia ops. Why specifically Russia? Why did it have to be Russia? Headhunter. A little mid. Christmas special. I love that we do get stuff though. These tiles are interesting. These are not. So this is what I'm talking about. Not the right style. Anyways, are you talking about just this, or like I actually like look at your level and rate it? I've had days where we stream and people just do the requests, and I usually get a lot of good action on those days. A lot of good participation. So something like that. You've never had Chinese food? It doesn't make any noise. Hold on. Items. Go away. All right, Jerry. Thanks for tuning in. I'm actually about ending this in 10 minutes anyways, because I got to be somewhere at 6:30. I wonder if we just make that. I'm getting ideas. See how it, like, does that? And, like, you see this? This is the issue. You see this, like, glitchy blue thing? Yeah, what if we give it this behavior? Worth considering, honestly. You couldn't afford Hotline Miami 2? Brother in Christ, it's $3 every sale. I mean, I guess it depends on what Chinese food you get. I'm actually going to get sushi tonight, so not exactly Chinese, but close. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because we need a seventh if I'm gonna have the female. Let's get a female. Oh, like, let's get a female with doing something else. I don't know. I think that size difference, the female statue here, and then yeah, probably man. I'm just not seeing a whole lot of influence, and I'm just feel like it's smaller, so I have a second. I have like two. Possibly we have this hair. Bring this hair back. What did I ever cut? She'd leave two holes in your chest. Yeah, you better be careful. She made a stone. They're like hugging. Her arm is like not missing. Oh, mutant fat arm. Let's go back. So it's like she could be like holding a spear where it's the spear's vertical. Or she's doing something like It's almost like that jacket Sprite. Okay. No, thank you for. Hi, I'm coming. Thank you for coming. See you later. Actually, any good Western or neo-Western campaigns? I feel like there was something Western a while back. I know there's a not so good Western campaign from Richard. I know there's a New Vegas level from Plank. Have I played Pikmin? No. I know of its existence. I'm not even sure the gameplay other than the fact that you're running these little gremlins around. Which I played a very similar game recently. I think it's on the Epic Game Store. It's called the Eternal Cylinder, which had been on my list. Where is it? Here it is. This had been on my list for a while because in one of the Dennis Whedon interviews for the Hotline Miami 1 10-year anniversary, they're like, "So what you playing?" And he's like, "I'm playing the Eternal Cylinder." I looked it up and I was like, "I've never heard of this game. This game looks whack." And it's pretty fun. And you play as like a group of these little gremlin things, these little homunculuses, and they mutate to like have different abilities. And then you've got to like go a direction and as this giant cylinder is crushing everything. And the crushing aspect is really cool. And it's like a little survival game with a cute little story. Like there's like an actual story to this survival, and it's not like you craft anything, so it's not really survival. Other than that, you got to keep these things alive. If you lose them all, it's game over. You got to restart. So yeah, I would say why partial nudity? I guess because there's some enemies that are humans, and the creature design is really good. I don't own a Switch. Yeah, we need actual revolvers. Oh, I mean, we have revolvers. I think Evan Wright is the best character gameplay was of a respectable opinion. All right, man. You do that. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I just love the idea of like created by testicular manslaughter. Like, did you see like the Elon Musk like Doge kid whose name was just like on Twitter is just like big balls? There we go. Okay. I'm gonna say we're done with this. Favorite character is Pardo. And I like Hammer too, just because he has a good roster of weapons, and I enjoy the defaults player style a lot. Same with like Richter. I don't really care for the gimmicks for Hotline 2. The thing with Hotline 1 is that they accidentally created a sandbox. Like, I don't know if you've seen the story as to why the masks have abilities, which literally apparently one of the like Devolver guys in an interview said that that was happening, and they're like, "Oh shit, I guess we gotta add abilities now." And it's like, in hindsight, it seems obvious that you have all these masks, they would have abilities, and that's why the Devolver guy made the mistake, because it just seems obvious. But it accidentally created an interesting sandbox kind of thing for Hotline 1 where you had a lot more freedom how to kill enemies because it's like most people were very, 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 very bad at Hotline 1 and they discovered something like, oh, if I use the Don Juan mask, I can like cheese people at doors and just whack kill them at doors. That's great. Um, and so it gave people freedom. And when you give a player like freedom and like the ability to come up with their own ways, they don't care if it's tedious or cheesy because they're discovering a method. Even if like someone was to design a whole game about using that method, like killing people with doors by just baiting them in, wouldn't work. If the player creates the method, it's still they enjoy it. And they took that out of Hotline 2. Hotline 2 has got basically no sandbox elements in it. Like the weapons don't randomly spawn on the ground. The melee weapons have less unique attributes. Um, and you have a lot more restricted. You're a lot more restricted on the abilities, and it's like basically trying to push you to play the way that Dennis didn't want you to play, where you're going for the combos and you're just running around shooting people, fucking people up. And people didn't. Not everyone jived with that. It's why GTA so like blew up in the past. It was like people. Like the vast majority of people were not actually interested in playing the campaign, being like, "Oh, this is a really good story, and I love these missions where I go around shooting people." They just liked that they had a sandbox and freedom to express themselves. So one of these days, I would like to make a Hotline clone that is way more sandboxy in terms of like your abilities. Because I think people would like that more. I think that would gel better with like the more people than like, oh, I made a really tightly crafted top-down shooter where you've got to learn how to play it properly to like have fun. Some people like me love that, but then a lot of people just kind of want to solve it as a puzzle. Like they liked that puzzle attribute. They didn't like being forced down a path. That's why they didn't like all the characters. They felt restricted. You know, imagine like Hotline 1, but every level you only had the choice of like 1 to 4 masks. Sometimes you're just stuck with a playstyle. And I'm not saying it's bad the what they did, but it's different and people didn't like that. And so I think if you went I would like to see someone go the opposite direction and give the player a ton of options to deal with a hotline floor where you have tons of ways of entering, tons of ways of killing people, and doing it stealth or doing it loud. I think that would be interesting. Give some environmental hazards, some like Hitman style, like drop the chandelier on people. Um, I think that could be a cool way to go about it. But I probably am not going to end up ever doing that. But I'd like to. Hotline Miami Redux. Redux is like the best Hotline Miami mod, especially the new update. Russian opinion. If you play Hotline 1 slow and steady, it feels like playing an action movie. Yeah, like there was definitely a fun thrill about Hotline 1 about going slowly and like getting the last guy because you just don't have the like coordination to like just run around with a bat and kill everybody. Like the actual player coordination. Because like right now, if I boot up Hotline 1, I can just crush everybody. Um, I could just crush everybody pretty simply, but that's because I've got a stupid amount of hours in the game. Like new players really accidentally kind of discovered their own gameplay loop that didn't seem like they were going for with Hotline 1 with the puzzle aspect. If like the pivot to Hotline 2 where they like really try to force you to play in a specific style. Like your options are way more limited in 2. Not that 1 you had an infinite amount, but you had more with the masks. It created this thing. It's like, okay, well my play style, like my method is gonna be I was gonna say, can I get some ammo? My method is going to be um, door killing or punching people. And you could also like, and this was you can still tell this was accidental because a lot of the masks like don't have that. Um, like French translation or like darkness is just like a modifier. But I like that still. Remember I played all the way through Hotline Miami 1. I was like, I'm gonna do like I played through that game a ton of times, and I was like, I'm gonna do a all darkness playthrough, and I'm just jiving to the music and everything. And it turns out my brother was like locked out of the house for hours while I was playing, and just like banging on the door, calling me, and I was just ignoring him because I was too much in Hotline. So I'm looking more forward to doing this in the art floor because we're gonna give it some more space, add some more fun stuff. Gonna add a planetarium and add a few more like rocket ships and stuff. Gonna make these planets bigger. Gonna make this not choppy and crap. This floor is going to be completely eradicated. This was a western floor. And it's missing some assets, but look at that. Look at these old assets, ye old western assets. Okay. Alrighty. So let's save this. I'm American. It's I'm kidding when I said that. It's just a Russian mod. Um yeah, like I liked the Redux adding more to the Hotline sandbox by just throwing shit at the wall. Be like, um it is funny Redux. There you go. Oh, yeah, it's right here. All right. So we had a good stream. It's 10 minutes past because I started ranting. Um, I appreciate everyone watching. What else? We'll probably do. Hopefully, we won't have as big of a gap. Hopefully, we won't have as big as a gap. So I appreciate everyone coming in, tuning in, checking it out as we did Greek statues. Now you know why it takes so long to make make Human Being Theories, because I've been streaming for like almost 2.5 hours and we just have these sprites. Okay, I will see you guys next time.